Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans. And true to the title, it's OnlyFeehan Day. OnlyFeehan, only me. Only me, Kerryn Elizabeth Feehan, still rocking this blowout from 2 days ago that I got in Chicago. I went to a dry bar. The woman was pretty annoying. She just bugged me because she was like, you know, you have a lot of hair and it's really thick, so you should have signed up for like a 90-minute appointment. What? No, you should just do my hair in an hour. It's not my fault. If you guys see flies flying around my apartment, I do apologize. Derek Drescher was here all weekend watching Mabel, and I think he took a shit somewhere and like maybe behind his couch, or like he put it in a plastic bag and he hid it somewhere because the flies are out of control. Mabel is hunting them like a predator. She's killing them off one by one. I bought an aluminum fly stick that is doing absolutely nothing. But I guess I have to put screens in. Where I live, they won't do it, which is crazy to me. My rent is very high. I think that if I want screens in my windows, they should put them in. But I'm going to need a handyman to do that. Maybe I'll ask Tim McLaughlin. Speaking of Tim McLaughlin, shout out to Laugh Factory Chicago. Was there all weekend. Great shows, start to finish. Super fun. All the comics except one were really cool. I forgot to tell you this, Nicole. But yeah, crowds were great. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Big shout out to Aaron Putnam, who's always putting these things together for me. He's so great. Always takes care of me when I'm in Chicago. I'm loving Chicago more and more. Every time I go back, I love it even more. We stayed at the DoubleTree, so I had a lot of those cookies. Oh, 2 big sailboats going by, Nicole. So pretty. We stayed at the DoubleTree. I went and walked around Lake Michigan a lot, which people in Chicago call a beach, which I find laughable. You know, just being from Massachusetts, it's not a beach. But it was really pretty. It was nice to like walk around by the water in the morning. Had some great food. I went to Yoke for breakfast. That was really lovely. Micah Fox and I went to Maple and Ash. Had a great meal. We did get one of our appetizers comped, because Micah ordered it, ate it. It was delicious. And then we both got rolls as like our main. It's like Wagyu roll. But I kept thinking about her appetizer. I was like, I'm still hungry. I'm going to want that. So I ordered the same thing. Double down. I was like, give me a version. Give me. And then I get it. And there's a whole other element to the dish that they had skipped on Micah's. And we clocked it because we were nerding out from the beginning, taking pictures of our food. So we remembered, we were like, this tower is less high than, you know, or my tower was higher than Micah's tower. So we complained. We white women complained. First, the waiter came over and was like, oh, you know, I could get my manager. And Micah's like, well, I don't even know what the manager's going to do. And I was like, get the manager over here. Let's chat. And his name was Brad. He came over. He's like, hey, I'm Brad. And I was like, check out the big brain on Brad. And he did not get my Pulp Fiction reference, which was really embarrassing for me. But then we got it comped because we were right. And we had photo evidence. We didn't show them. We just had to convince them with our minds. And it did work. But we wanted to go back and like show him the photo. Micah specifically wanted to go show him. Yeah, Chicago's great. Also, Aaron Putnam and his wife, Hillary, are opening this cafe. It's called Always Always. Today was their grand opening, actually. I should text him, see how it went. But I got to go to the soft opening, the soft launch. Love a soft launch. I got free pizza and really good cold brew. And everything tasted delicious. It's so cute. It's like right in the lobby of this building. So I think they're going to fucking crush it. I think it's going to be a slam dunk. And Hillary also invited me to her pool cabana, which was very cool because it was like a little apartment. You know, I hear cabana, I think, well, a little shade with like a couch. This thing had a running toilet and a sink and a refrigerator, and you could fit like a whole table and chairs in there. You could live in there. It'd be kind of tight, but you could live in there. So thank you to Hillary for inviting me. That was very lovely. The day before that, we went to Lifetime Chicago. Shout out to my gym. My fucking gym rules. but it's at the One Chicago and River North River. I don't know. Sick. The whole facility is fucking awesome. In the women's locker room, you know, you got your dry sauna, steam room. They have a cold plunge. And people probably frown upon one going from the sauna directly to the cold plunge. I did that multiple times. I made Micah do it too. So that was great. And then, yeah, they have a sick pool there. We laid out by the pool. The girl working a little subpar as far as service was concerned. She just was unfamiliar with the menu. Why are people putting waitresses on the floor if they're not familiar with the menu? Like, what happened to the days of the menu test? I worked at Sushi Samba. There was 99 items on that menu, and we had a written test. Not only did you have to know the items, you had to know their origins. You had to know like what went with what, and can you do this, and can you swap this out, and and how is this recommended to be cooked, and what does tiradito mean? I'll tell you what it means. It's sashimi, and it's cooked in the acid that is the sauce, because it's typically an acidic sauce, like a ponzu. Fucking love it. Tiradito! Anyway, this chick didn't know the fucking menu. And also, what is it about these bitches who will like go like wait on the men? They just assume that the guys have the money and they're going to drink and like spend more and this and that. And it's like totally ignored us. I had to flag her over. I had to snap my fingers like an obnoxious bitch. But then, so these bitches, my thing is like in Detroit, I had pretty bad service. I might tip bigger than a 5 top. Like, you don't know. Like, I could leave you $100 bill. Like, you don't know. You never know if somebody's coming in. I had a great server named Joe at Yoke, who I left a fucking 20 spot on a breakfast because he was so good. I was FaceTiming with my nephew who happened to do poop in the potty right before I called him. And so I told Joe, because Joe came over, I was like, he just did poop in the potty. And Joe was like, that's so cool. He was really happy for him. So, yeah. Top to bottom, great time in Chicago. Can't wait to go back. People there are great. Food there is great. Again, service is great. Comedy was great. There was one comedian whose name I won't say, but we were having dinner. We were on all 3 shows on Saturday, and we just asked if he or she, I won't even gender them. That's how vague I'll keep it. If they could switch spots with Micah just to buy her like 10 more minutes. This individual was already at the club and refused to switch. And we're talking 10-minute sets here. Like, really no big deal. Like, again, this individual was already at the club. And then, you know, it just kind of put like a bad taste in my mouth about that person. And I'll never forget it. So if they want to work in New York, they're going to have a hard time. I'm kidding. I have no power. Sometimes when people, like some of the hosts would like bring me up, even Aaron did it once. He was like, "Do you guys know the show Tires on Netflix? Cool. This next comic's name is Kerryn Feehan." Like, he wouldn't even say like I was on it. Like, so I just got up there. I was like, "Yeah, you guys like the show? Yeah, me too. I like it." Another guy brought me up, and I don't know if he like hadn't seen the show or what, but he's like, "She's got a show about tires on Netflix." And I'm like, "Yep, that's me. I'm just taking and repurposing tires. I jump out of them like they're cakes." Some guy DM'd me. He was like, "You were on tires?" I keep getting this a lot. "You were on tires? You were on tires?" And sometimes I'll reply. I'll be like, "I'm in one right now." And sometimes I'll be like, "No." I don't know. Men kind of crack me up when they can't keep their thoughts inside. Even if it's like a silly question. Like, once it's out, it's out. Like, because a couple of the, podcast clips, like the Philly, whatever that's the name of that podcast, Duran and Deertag, what is it? That clip, like some guy was like, "Oh, I was just about to ask if that was you." Oh, you were about to ask? Who are you going to ask? Just ask. My favorite is when people also comment like, "Hey, Kerryn, I DM'd you something." I'm like, "Oh, just write it here." Tell me what you want. Let's all discuss it together as a group. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I am single, so I'm like very open to like dating. But if you're going to hit on me, like if you're private, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm never, ever going to respond. The least you can do if you're private is send a photo if you're going to fucking hit on me. I mean, that's not, you can be a cyclops. You can have a full on hair lip. Like I dated a guy with a cleft lip for almost 3 years. It's not about that. I need to know that you are a person and not like a comedian in disguise trolling me. That's my biggest fear. Fucking, I don't know who, somebody else just like, oh. Yeah, I am open to love. I'm done with that lacrosse player though, because he fucking pissed me off. Doesn't know who Janine Garofalo is. Fine, if you don't know who she is, fine. But then he was like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool? Don't you want to like teach me about your world?" No, I don't. I want you to just be cool and know things, and I want you to teach me things. I don't know. I guess I'm alpha or whatever, but I don't want to be the alpha in the relationship. I want to be backseat passenger princess. Drive. I never want to know. I never want to have to know where I'm going. I have the internal compass of a 3-year-old. I'm always wrong. My instincts are almost always incorrect. If I'm supposed to go right, my body's like, it's left. It's totally left. Micah's good at directions. Micah can like walk a place and then remember. Can you do that?
I don't know. It really depends.
If it's very simple, I can do it. Like I was able to like a couple coffee shops in Chicago. I was like, all right, I know where Blue Bottle is. I can go here again. But if there's more than 3 turns, I'm second guessing myself. I'm out. I need the GPS. I like being driven around by the neck. That's what I want. So yeah, shout out to Derek Drescher for taking care of Mabel and also texting me obnoxious things like, do you have a steamer? Do you have any wrinkle release here? Where are you going, Derek? Where are you going? You need stuff steamed. Turn the shower on. Steam your shirt up that way. I don't steam stuff. I go to the dry cleaners or I buy new dresses. I'm not out here wrinkle releasing. Thank you, though. Thank you, Derek. Derek likes to tell me how many walks he fucking takes Mabel on. And then I send him the John Hamm meme from Mad Men where it's like, that's what the money's for. Right, Mabes? Mabel almost got into it again with that Bulldog. Yeah. Listen, that Bulldog keeps lunging at Mabel. Mabel's like already fucked it up, you know? Send it to the vet. Sorry. I did apologize to that woman and offered to give her my information, offered to pay for vet bills, which she refused multiple times, just so we're clear. Mabel since then has been very good with like holding her impulse, or controlling her impulses and not, she never starts it. But this dog, I've seen it with my own eyes twice. And Derek described the same thing to me, that this dog keeps going for Mabel, lunging at her and growling at her. And it's like, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Like you lost once. Like, why are you trying to fucking get fucked up again? And I'm sure that lady does not listen to my podcast. But if she does, again, please, if you want to sit down and have lunch and like talk like 2 adults, I'm happy to do that as well. Whatever your fucking name is. I'm sorry for calling you a crazy bitch. But you are, because you're like creating this other narrative in your head where, Mabel's this vicious dog. Meanwhile, your dog keeps starting with her. Mabel's doing very well. I put like grilled chicken in my fanny pack or like jerky. And every time I see her kind of maybe gearing up to like see a dog, I go, look, and she looks and she sits and she sits. And that's it. I just don't really like walking Mabel with other dogs because sometimes other dogs want to bark at dogs and Mabel can't help herself. She's like, we're fighting. I'll fight. Let's fight. But if she's by herself, she's good. I missed her in Chicago. There's lots of good dogs in Chicago. Big dogs. Grown men with big dogs. Cool dogs. I met a puppy walking down the street that was really cute. It was being so good and behaved and it was sitting and then I ruined it. I'm like, come here, you little fucker. Come here, you little fucker. That was fun. Do you guys, I swear to God, you might have to do like a fly cam. You might have to do a count. And just, do you think they're attracted to a plant? Look at this fucker. Look at that one. Mabel, get this one. I kind of want to spray it with the thing. It reminds me of like my alcoholism days where I used to have fucking flies. Oh my God. Also, when I bartended, we used to take like apple cider vinegar and put it in a little cup and you'd poke holes in and that would attract the flies. They were like the fruit flies though, which are even grosser. Cool. I made Nicole and I dinner tonight. I made us tuna. I went to Whole Foods, and you can't just like have them cut you a piece of like the tuna steak. Like you got to buy the whole thing. Thing was the size of my head. And I was like, what can I do with this? Because last time I just kind of seared it and had a little soy sauce. But tonight I went to the sushi place over here that you guys don't know about. And I got the spicy sesame seeds. And did I tell you this, Nicole? I brushed the tuna steak with some honey. Well, first I put a little honey and then like hot water. So it wasn't like so honey because I didn't want it to be that sweet. And then I got one of those brushes that you brush stuff with. Like a food, but not a paintbrush. I wasn't like, I'm going to use a toothbrush. I got a real food brush. And that's what made the sesame seeds stick to it. And then I made a wasabi mayo.
It was so good.
Yes.
When you texted me, say like, I can make you a tuna steak and have it ready when you get here. I was like, what did I do to deserve this? Is she going to fire me? Is she my new mom?
I kill you after this is your last meal. Nicole, we've decided to put you to sleep.
It was so nice.
Made a little spinach salad with a little lemon vinaigrette dressing that I made from scratch. It's really just lemon and olive oil. Not really that hard. But yeah, Joe List could learn a thing or two from me. I don't care for the texture. That's what he says about sushi. Because this is like sushi grade tuna. You don't have to like cook it that much. That shit's fucking banging. He wouldn't probably eat it. Joe and I are in another fight. We're not in our quote unquote fights. You have to understand that it's never serious. I think we fight very well as friends. But we do have genuine disagreements about certain things that we have philosophies about. Also, I'm getting comments on like me going to the pool because I posted a bit of a thirst trap video today. Look, I can't believe it costs $30. I can't believe you have to pay $30. It's like, you sound so stupid and so poor. It costs $30 on the weekends to keep riffraff like you, commenter, out. Idiots. It's fucking New York. How many buildings do you think have pools? Not that many. A lot of places make you pay $600 for the whole season, no matter how much you use it. So you could pay $600 and go to your pool twice sometimes, and people will do that. Most people that live in these buildings are working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. God, it makes me so annoyed because it's like, some guy in Iowa is like, I don't have to pay to go to my pool. I can swim in a puddle. Good, Daryl. Good. I'm not trying to poor shame you. I was poor until 4 years ago, okay? And I'll probably be poor again. But you have to understand the dynamics of the bouge. It's always people that comment that like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't get it. Of course you're going to pay. If you didn't have to pay, you know how crowded it would be down there? And everybody would bring guests all the time? It would be a fucking piss. It'd be a cesspool. It'd be disgusting. It'd be full of pubes. You have to limit the access. You have to have a gatekeeping aspect. But I will say, today was like the first day, no school, a bunch of kids there. All the kids in this building are very well behaved. Shout out to the parents. They're really cute and nice and polite. Now, the lifeguard was playing full-on trap music, explicit, like not a single lyric bleeped. Like, I don't know what, this one fucking song that was just like Cardi B talking about giving head. Like 6-year-olds are like, cannonball! She's like, suck and fuck, la la la, suck and fuck. And like the ladies next to me were like, was this really appropriate for kids? And I look at the lifeguard, I'm like, do you, man? It's your playlist. You're having fun. Yeah, that was good. So shut up about my pool. And somebody was like, Joe List said that's how much it costs. So Joe List and his wife are welcome to come to my pool all the time as my guests. And I hope they enjoy it. They come and they swim and it's a good time. So I don't know in what, manner he was referring to my pool. But as far as I'm concerned, or to my knowledge, he always has fun. Now, Joe List has informed me that he has purchased, I don't know. He said he got me a gift. Maybe he didn't even have to pay for it. Maybe he's re-gifting me something. I don't know. I think I know what it is because I think I guessed it. Because when he was here on the pod, he wore that Patriots t-shirt and I said, get me one of those. So, I mean, is that the most thoughtful gift? I don't know. You tell me, it's not like he came up with it it's more like I demanded it. But he's really stuck on the fact that we need to have a in-person gift exchange. And I disagree. I think that if you get somebody something, you can just give it to them. I'm always sending my brother shit. I'm always sending my sister stuff. My mom, my dad, I built them like a home gym. There's like an Amazon package on their doorstep almost every day. It's fun for me. Is it a little bit like indicative of my addict behavior that like I don't deserve all the money I have, so I have to give it away? Yeah. I acknowledge that though. What do you want me to do? If I don't give it to the people I love, I'm gonna buy Gucci purses every single fucking day. I bought a Fendi chain wallet a couple days ago. Didn't need that. I only bought it because I don't have enough blue in my purse rack. So I wanted some more blue. And it's really cute. But do you see what I'm saying? If I don't, give money to the people that I love, I'll spend it on myself, on stupid shit that I don't really need. So at least in this way, it's like, here. You have it. What do you think, Nicole?
But how do you connect that to your addict tendencies? Because to me, it seems like if you're just like click, click, click dopamine just for you,
yeah,
wouldn't that be more of it rather than you're clicking it and it's going somewhere else? Like you're giving it away.
It's still a dopamine hit though. It is, and it's like I don't do it for the thank you. But I just do enjoy it. It does make me, I do wake up some mornings sometimes and I'll just see like whatever got deposited in my account. I'm like, I got to spend money on someone right now. I know what somebody wants. So I don't know. I read that one sentence somewhere that like addicts, like they feel like they don't, like MC Hammer, like when he got all his money, he, I don't know, bought his whole neighborhood fucking cars and every cousin that he had, like he bought them shit. So I don't know. Somebody else, I think I was talking to like one of the Lucas brothers and they like felt similarly. So I don't know. I do think that I would feel worse if I was just constantly buying myself shit. I try to be thoughtful about things that I purchase. But sometimes I like walk into a store and I'm like, hey, I put the dress on. The dress looks good. Do I have anywhere to wear the dress? No. But maybe I will. I don't get invited to weddings. Never have, never will. That's okay. I don't want to go to weddings. Weddings are boring.
When you're buying the gifts for other people, is it I'm in the mood, I'm going to go scroll? Or do you typically have something in mind already?
I'll have something in mind. Or it'll like occur to me in the moment, like, oh, this will be good for this person. They'll like this. It'll be like a thought, and then I'm like, I know Amazon has it, and then it'll be there in 2 days. Right, Mapes? Like Joe and Sarah, every time I go to their house, which is in Astoria, which, takes me 3 hours and $400 to get to. But I always show up with gifts for the child, gifts for them, pastries. So I do in-person gift giving. I'm not just always like informal, as Joe said. He's like, it's an informality. No. And now the one time, and let me be very accurate so Joe won't hold this over my head. They did get me a birthday card when I was in LA. They got me a birthday card. Okay. But other than that, this is the first gift that I have been told about. That's the other thing. You can't just surprise me with the gift. So Joe's argument, and I hope he brings this up, I'm sure he will, is that, it's about the connection, right? The gift exchange, the thoughtfulness behind it. It's about the connection. My opinion is then you're getting too much out of giving the gift. Your ego, you're interested in the accolades, especially if you're trying to like give it to me at a comedy club, potentially in front of other people. So not only am I going to have to show this, big act of gratitude, but other people are going to be so impressed with how you're giving gifts. Where if you want to give a gift, just give a gift. Just give it, let the person receive it. Let them have it and enjoy it, because that's all you should need. I mean, do I get sometimes I get a little irritated if I send people something or give people something and there's literally no gratitude involved? Sure. I'm a human being. But I think you got to do a little, and then I have the fucking, and again, this is all in jest when I describe these things. So please don't take any of it seriously. I'm so embarrassed for you that I have to tell you that. But at one point I was like, we're bickering back and forth. We're DMing, and I'm in a cab coming back from the airport, and I'm laughing. I'm just cracking up because we're bickering. And he goes, how about I just take your gift and throw it in the trash? I go, maybe you should talk to your therapist about that reaction. Pretty petulant, if you ask me. Really flying off the handle, you big baby. So shout out to Joe List and the Patriots t-shirt that I'm sure he got me. I'll probably wear it next week. I'm excited. I hope it's like the one he has. I hope it's that color blue. This is my Stabby merch. I fucking love merch. This is great merch too, Stavros, because it's so like... I also, Diego Lopez, I ordered your fucking merch, which is yet to arrive. Stavros's, I don't know who he's doing, like who his shipping person is, but it was boom, bingo. I had it like within 3 days. So, Diego, I bought one of his t-shirts that I love. I wonder about him and Joe. Remind me, I want to have both of them on the podcast together because Diego, his merch says mental health isn't real. And he's all about nihilism. And he is sober, super in shape, maybe the fittest guy I know, vegan, and it's because of moral reasons. So he's just a very ethically, morally sound guy. And I have a feeling he does not see a therapist. Let's get together and gang up on Joe. No. I love Joe. He's doing great. I sent him 30-pound dumbbells for Father's Day. He told me they came one at a time. So at first he thought I only sent him one dumbbell. I was like, no, they knew that you couldn't carry the whole box upstairs. Stupid. Of course it came one at a time. Anyway. Took a great class at Lifetime in Chicago. Lower body max out. Micah took it with me. She did a great job. She tweaked her back at a certain point, but she did a great job. Kept up. I liked that teacher. She was really hype. She was like, you guys don't want me to talk about fitness. You get so mad. Don't talk about fitness. Whenever you type that, I just assume there's like a booger on your finger. Don't talk about fitness. You fucking pick your belly button. Don't talk about it. I will say one thing about Chicago. Fat New York. That's what I call them. Every time I get on stage, I'm like, I love you guys. I love Chicago. Or as I call you, Fat New York. There's a lot of big people there. Wait, did you see what they're doing with the draft? 18 to 26 are signing guys up automatically. It passed in the House. We're going to go to war.
Did you manifest this?
I don't know.
Since when was this like going on?
Look it up. But I think it passed in the House. I think the vote was like 217 to 199. But when they say it's not going to go to the Senate, I don't know what they mean by that. Yeah, national. Fuck. Should I put my glasses on? God damn it. Oh, my leg They're so dirty. I'm going to have to hold them on. Internet confuses people over U.S. military draft. Here's the truth. Look at those guys. Congress has not voted to make U.S. women eligible for conscription, nor has it resolved to automatically enroll. Oh, at least not yet. Oh, I see. Some focused on a bill passed the U.S. House that would enroll young men automatically instead of requiring them to fill out paperwork.
That's spooky.
Well, yeah. I mean, did they do that before, though? Was that what they did for, like, World War II and stuff? For, like, Nam? Weren't they just like, you gotta go? That is kind of fucking crazy. I would be very scared if I was an 18-year-old boy just graduating high school and they're like, oh, we're going to war. And then somebody else told me that there's Russian warships off the coast of Florida or California. I'm too tired to go to war. Neither of these proposals is a done deal. But it seems like it's like we're like going that way, though. Like we're headed in that direction. And every fucking video I see of Joe Biden, he looks like a cadaver. The one where Obama had to lead him off stage. Did you see that? He's like, come here. It's almost like he was like a blind horse. He was like, come on.
It's so spooky. He reminds me so much of my grandfather who passed away, but he had like severe Parkinson's.
Yeah.
They walk the same. They look the same. They speak the same.
Oh, Mabel thought that I was doing...
Oh, it's cute.
Mabes, where's your duck? Come on. Maybe you want this? You want a dirty sock? Yeah. Get it. Get it. Ready? Go. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not smart enough to talk about politics. We all know that, but I just feel like one of the choices is a dead guy. Totally, like my fucking grandfather too. My grandfather, when he was like in his 80s, we would be at restaurants and he'd be like, "I'll have a Virgin Madras, please," and he just had his middle finger up all the time, and we had to pretend like he did it. Mabel, don't bring that to Nicole.
Oh,
Nicole, you're getting the dirty sock.
a sock. Oh
Mabel,
my God.
why do you love Nicole more
This is
than
a
me?
dream come true for like 90% of the listeners of this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Is to be delivered your sock by your dog.
Mabel, give me that sock.
I think I'm wearing that sock.
Yeah.
Is that Aritzia?
I think so, yeah.
Little TNA sock.
Little TNA.
Great socks.
You little shit monkey. Shit monkey. Yes, you're a good girl. I love you so much. I can't wait to get back on my regimen of working out with Ron tomorrow because I really took Sunday and Monday off. Look, I love you so much.
She's so proud.
I love her so much. You're my best friend. Also, my boyfriend, shout out to Drew from, he's not really my boyfriend, you guys. Everybody falls for the bits so fast. He won his bullfrog jumping competition race. I don't know if the bullfrogs wrestle. They did explain it to me. They like put them in these like kind of lanes, I guess, and then they like are like, "Go bullfrog, go!" and then they race each other. Anyway, he won, so congrats to him. And then I like quoted it, and I was like, "What'd your boyfriend do today?" Ha ha, joke. And then my genius ex-boyfriend, Louis J. Gomez. I think like at a certain point you got to stop calling people your ex-boyfriend.
I don't know if I've ever heard you call him your ex-boyfriend.
No, I don't think I do. I don't see him as such. He's kind of like feels like an annoying cousin. He's like an annoying adopted Puerto Rican cousin that we had to take in from the streets. He was like, "Are you dating Drew?" I wonder if he's going to get mad at me about this. He gets mad about everything. Fucking cortisol levels are off the fucking charts. And it's like, just chill. Who cares? But I thought it was very funny that he fell for the bit. Hook, line, and sinker. He was like, "Wow, I just feel like, wow." I was like, "Kerryn, you have no type at all." I was like, "Yes, I do. I love a scumbag. I love a scummy guy." I don't know what it is about a scumbag. And I mean that with love. Like Eminem's kind of like a scumbag, right? But he's like a fucking millionaire and like super talented, but he just has that air of like scum dirtbag. Am I wrong?
I think Eminem's hot, but I feel like I'm biased.
He's so hot.
I was like obsessed with Eminem for a very long time.
He had a fucking awesome body. He was like mean. He was like quick-witted.
Yeah, he was funny. He was really funny.
Yeah. I'm like, I love that like during the time where like it was like you can't talk shit to fucking Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera or anybody. And he was like, "Fuck these whores." I don't know. He's gorgeous. He's sexy as hell. And in 8 Mile was so hot. And that's when What's-Her-Face was still fucking normal looking. Taryn Manning. Although she is a very exciting follow on Instagram. But that's, he hooked up with Brittany Murphy in that movie. R.I.P. And Brittany Murphy. Oh, she was so hot. Then she did all those drugs. I watched Keith Robinson's special. Highly recommend. So fucking funny. He's hilarious. But anyway, I know a person who's like a special ed teacher. And sometimes he'll text me about how funny his students are and they'll like tell him jokes and stuff. And I was like, you should have him watch Keith Robinson's special because technically he's like handicapped now. So it might be aspirational, you know? It's like, look, you can do anything. Is that rude? I don't know. It's very funny. That special is very funny. Trying to think of a couple things that were cracking me up. How he's like, well, I guess his grandson was like, "You're not my favorite grandfather." He's like, "You're not my favorite grandson, bitch." And then he talks about Popeyes. And he's like, the lady couldn't understand what he was ordering. And he's like, "You only sell chicken." Like, what else would I want? I recommend it. What else? What have you been watching, Nicole? Anything?
Nothing. Oh, actually, we just started that new Jake Gyllenhaal show.
What is it on?
It's a remake. What is it on? HBO, maybe?
I've been hearing about it.
Oh, no, it's Apple TV.
Okay.
It's a remake of an old movie with Harrison Ford.
Okay.
Presumed Innocent.
I like it.
It's the name of the show. I don't know if it's the same name as the movie.
I'll watch it.
We watched one episode, but Jake Gyllenhaal is a lawyer.
Okay. Does he take his shirt off to do the law?
No, but for other things, yes.
Okay, cool.
A lot in the first episode.
Go. Jake's ripped. I don't care what he did to Taylor.
Yeah, it's something like I'm one episode deep and I watched it last night, so this recap is not going to be good, but he's a lawyer. Another person of the law that I forget her title that he worked with in their office is murdered in a way similar to a case that the two of them tried together.
Okay.
And put some guy in jail for that crime, but she is killed in a similar way.
Okay.
So now they're like,
how much did you just give away of the episode?
Nothing. That's that's the premise.
Okay.
That's the premise. That's where it all starts.
What'd you do, Nicole?
And I mean, that really wasn't a very good description, but
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's a great actor.
He's crazy.
People didn't like that movie where it was kind of just like one shot on him where he was like the rescue 911 guy on the phone. I thought it was great.
I liked that too, but I was like, this is very clearly a COVID movie because they shot it like
no production
with one guy in one place. Then he didn't go anywhere.
No location. But I thought he was
in a room.
But I thought as long as you had an imagination, it was very thrilling. I found it very thrilling. I could picture the woman. I could picture the guy, all the things like fit together. I thought the story was cool. I thought the twist at the end was totally a twist. I thought the guy was bad the whole time. Like, I'm giving away the whole movie. I don't give a fuck. You know what I couldn't watch though? Is the Jake Gyllenhaal fighter guy movie. Because his wife dies like
Southpaw.
Yeah. The girl dies like right away. Like
I never
10
saw
minutes
that.
in. Well,
but weird. Oh, okay. Anyways,
I mean, that doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it, but that's why I couldn't finish it because I was like, this is going to be, I'm too depressed already. I'd have no problem becoming depressed over the course of a movie, but I can't just like go 10 minutes in. I'm fucking devastated.
No. And a weird turn. I never saw Southpaw, but when I first heard about it, this must have been like sometime between 2010 and 2014. I was deeply, deeply obsessed with Eminem.
With Eminem?
And they had announced this movie, and I think he was initially supposed to be the main guy.
Yeah.
He did end up doing music for it, maybe produced it, but I think he was supposed to be the guy.
But
then when it ended up being Jake Gyllenhaal, I was like, meh. Love Jake Gyllenhaal, but loyalty to Eminem, I was like, I would have loved to.
But Eminem's fucking tougher.
Yeah.
I think they should put the Diaz brothers in a movie.
Yeah.
What's the next big fight?
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, when's that? We gotta watch that.
Isn't that soon? Isn't that like this summer?
July. What do you think? Not that we're smart enough to fucking break down that fucking. Are they gonna box? They're gonna box, right? Not like MMA style. Mike Tyson doesn't MMA. Yeah.
Boxing, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I get that everybody's like, "Oh, it's so good for the sport. All eyes on them because he's bringing so much money." But he's just—I've never liked him. I just don't like that Jake kid. I think he's such a weird little twerp. Like, and I don't know. Is it so challenging to like? Yeah, he was like the greatest fighter ever, like in his prime. But how old is Mike Tyson now? 50-something years old, and you've got to assume like severe CTE. He has a gray beard. Was that the sound of a fly just hitting the wall? Jesus Christ. We're living in a fucking... Mabel's being so cute, though. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be exciting. I mean, I hope that Mike Tyson kicks his fucking ass. I hope he, like, gives him a concussion, like, lays him out. Remember that guy that was, like, talking shit to Mike Tyson on a plane, and he just went over and beat him up? He's, like, started punching him in the head.
No.
There's footage of it. Look up Mike Tyson beating up guy on a plane. I don't know what would ever... I think he was drunk. What would ever possess you to talk shit to Mike Tyson? I was like... That would be terrifying. I also sat next to the smelliest man on my way to Chicago. I'll get back to it. I just want to watch this really fast. Yeah. Oh, look. He's leaning over. He's in first class. He's leaning over, talking shit while his friend films. Why would you do this? I think he was hammered. Mike Tyson's ignoring him. He's ignoring him. He's like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm mind my own business. Look at this kid. Hold on. Yeah. He gets up and just starts fucking haymaker after haymaker on his head. Yeah, I sat next to, oh, look at, he must have been in a blackout. Like, that guy must have been absolutely hammered because now his head's all bloody. Good. He probably, like, wanted that.
Yeah, because his response was to make a sad face directly into the camera.
Right. That was all for attention the whole time. He's lucky to be alive. Lucky Mike Tyson didn't crush his skull. Mike Tyson did hit his girlfriend too, though. I think he dated that chick or his wife. I think he smacked her around a little bit. Robin something. That was the 90s. That was the 90s. P. Diddy had to give the ring back to the city or something, the key back to the city. I forget what city it was. I think Miami. And the mayor was like, I saw that video, Diddy. You got to give me the key back. And it's like, how am I going to open the city now? P. Diddy's gross. Yeah, this kid sat next to me, and I just feel like I just try to show up to the airplane as clean and nice smelling as possible because you're just in such close quarters with people. And I don't fly first class to Chicago anymore. I used to. But it's such a short flight. It's not really worth it. It's not like I don't even think you get like a meal. It's just for the space and for the money. It's for like not even a 2-hour flight. Comfort Plus is fine. But this kid did walk down the aisle and I'm like, how did you afford Comfort Plus? You fucking TaskRabbit. He just smelled. And it wasn't just BO. It was like some type of drugs too. Like he almost smelled like methy. And I don't mean messy with a lisp. Methy. I mean methy. He smelled methy. Oh, all right, Nicole, I'm running out of steam. What else?
What's the worst
smelling person I've ever encountered?
Yes. But maybe first on a plane, like worst passenger you've sat next to. Or like
the
worst...
Hasidic Jews. I was sandwiched in between them. And I don't mean that in whatever anti-Semitic way. But it's because of the sheer size of these men and the odor. And I was in the back row. This is way before I had money. And it was a flight to LA. It was 6 hours. And I was in between these two monstrous, huge Hasidic Jewish guys. I don't understand why I was in between them. I mean, it must have been like the last seat on the plane. And we were by the toilet. I was like still drinking at the time. So I think I got a little buzzed before the flight. But then I wasn't in. I don't think I got more drinks on the. Maybe I got one or two. But I remember putting a sheet mask on my face to try and like have some type of spa experience to save me from the fucking wretchedness that was to my left and right. But that was brutal. I have very vivid memories of that. And it's like so funny to me because like they're not allowed to touch women, especially like non-Jewish women. But those motherfuckers were all up in my seat space. Their big fat elbows were all crossing over into my seat meridian, whatever it's called. I don't know who the worst smelling individual I've ever been in. Most of the guys I've dated smell pretty good. Again, I know I probably talk about this every other podcast, but like that BO smell is just aluminum in your armpit holes. Just stop. Don't. If you're 13 and listening to this podcast, first of all, stop. Find another podcast. But no, if you have daughters, like just they probably don't need deodorant. It's such a manufactured scent, I feel. It smells like nothing. And I haven't showered. Did not shower today. Went swimming in the pool, running errands, was on a plane this morning. Have not showered since I didn't shower yesterday. I showered the day before. I showered on Saturday. Sunday, I never showered. Did I? No, I didn't. I went swimming in the pool. I came home, put some moisturizer on, went about my day. And this, I'm telling you, I would be honest. I would be totally honest with you. It smells like nothing. What? You don't believe me?
Well, I personally wouldn't recommend not wearing deodorant.
Not if you're already in the cycle of wearing it. Continue wearing it. But if
I
you
don't
haven't
know.
started yet,
It's like the worst part about living in the city
yeah,
to me is
I
like
know.
the summer is smelly people season, and
Yes.
everywhere you go. I mean, you're not a train rider,
No.
but walking on the train for us petite women,
Oh, because your armpit height. I know it. I
It's
remember it. You're
right
walking
here,
right into
just blasted in your face,
Oh.
walking up the stairs behind somebody.
it. Brutal.
It's horrific. It's so bad. Like there are lots of people who don't wear deodorant.
And
So-
that should.
I can't stand by that. You're like a
I think I'm an enigma, an anomaly, or whatever
You
the word
are.
is. Yeah.
that you just smell like nothing and you haven't showered in days, you just said.
Here, smell me.
I'm scared.
Come here.
Oh no, Mabel's mad. Yeah, you really smell like nothing.
Smells like nothing, right?
Literally nothing.
It doesn't smell good.
Sorry, Mabel.
Mabel, you give Nicole some space. What's wrong with you?
Mabel, you smell
I
bad.
think Mabel thought
actually.
that I was assaulting you just then.
No.
I think she's like, "Are you okay?" My mom shoved her armpit in your face. Are you okay?
Yeah, it was really nothing.
It's like the absence of scent.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, I told you my philosophy.
But you did used to use deodorant.
But like when I was 13, like twice. Like,
What do you mean? You haven't used deodorant since you were 13?
no.
I don't believe that.
But I'm telling you, because why would I start now? Because my philosophy is that the deodorant is causing that specific BO scent. That's my philosophy. But I do think that some people have a different scent than others. Maybe it's like a hormonal thing. Like my other thing is I think I probably have like more testosterone than estrogen. Like, you know, like I have small boobs. I have like a small vagina, short period. Like I'm not like a buxom, voluptuous, like full of estrogen type curvaceous woman.
Yeah, but guys smell worse.
Yeah, guys smell worse. Guys do smell worse. I didn't really think about that before.
You just wanted to brag. Small vagina.
I'm just trying, but because I think of, I don't know, like women that are, you know, fuller breasted and maybe like hairier. Maybe they smell more.
More like folds to sweat in,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
Maybe more glands. I think it's
Extra
genetics. I
glands.
think a lot of it's genetics.
So even when you work out, you don't stink
No,
at all.
no,
Never once. Never stank.
no. I know you don't believe me. Maybe
I kind of do though.
what my
I
feet.
just sniffed you.
My feet used to smell.
Used to.
My feet when I was drinking and poor, and I wouldn't change my socks enough.
That's probably that.
Even like one sock. What like that? My feet used to stink, and I think it had to do with the amount that I was poisoning my liver
And being poor.
and being poor.
Right.
I used to have crusty socks. My ex in my 20s used to make me leave my boots outside of the apartment, because they would stink up the whole place. It was like a point of like contention. It was humiliating. I had a very bad, like gorgonzola cheese. It smelled like old blue cheese. Bad.
Feet guys. Do we love this? Or do we hate this?
Feet guys, sound off in the comment about the cheese.
Foot cheese.
But yeah, even now that's gone.
Maybe because you eat so well. Could that be it?
I think that has, to do with it. I wonder, like, I probably have bad breath sometimes. But then they also say that, like, bad breath is made in the gut as well. I think I've really healed my gut in a lot of ways. I'm going to maybe even try almond again. Because I had an arugula salad 2 days ago. And I was off arugula for the longest, completely eliminated it from my diet. Because for a while I was getting it every morning when I was working at Paramount. And I would just have these like violent fucking stomach aches until I figured it out. I was like, oh, fuck. Stop eating arugula, bitch. But I had some a couple days ago and we were fine. I do have trouble digesting this Pro Mix protein powder that Micah recommended. So tag them. What the fuck, Pro Mix? I like how it tastes going in, and I've tried to sort of what? I like how it tastes going in. Pause.
I was more so thinking of as opposed to liking how it tastes going out. but also pause now that you say it.
I started so it's 2 scoops is the recommended dosage, and I was doing that in a smoothie, and I was just stuck right here, and I would have to work it out or whatever, but it just was not passing through. And then so I mixed it with yogurt, just cut down to 1 scoop, and even that I was a little ooh, it's just I like to just the meal that we just had, I'm having no indigestion whatsoever. Are you having any indigestion?
No, I feel amazing. I feel the best I've ever felt. Because I ate a loving meal cooked for me.
I did make it with love. Yeah, I hate having indigestion. But I fucking hate all these fucking reels sometimes because you think you're going great and everything's good. And then somebody will be like, if you have to have a cup of coffee to poop in the morning, you're chronically constipated. I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not. I'll send you a picture. I'm not constipated. I poop twice every morning. This guy, another reel that I was watching, all he wants to talk about is poop and how often we should poop. And he says we should be pooping between 3 to 6 times a day. 6 is a lot. 6 is a lot. But I'm a 2 poop a morning to start the day and usually another one in the afternoon as of late. So I'm a 3 poop a day type of gal. And it's long snakes, no breaks. Not to brag. And he's like, yeah, if your shits are painful, there's something wrong. It should feel good. And I agree with this guy. I'm euphoric. Sometimes there's a single tear that comes out of my eye because I'm so happy taking a dump. This is beautiful. It's great. Sometimes when you're scrolling on your phone, getting your shit out. He also believes it should be a complete evacuation. That's what he called it. A complete evacuation. You shouldn't feel like there's any more. And I was like, yeah, totally. This one time when I went and got my poop shooted out, whatever it's called. What's that called? Were they an enema? But it's holistic. It's not ordered by a doctor.
Colonic.
Colonic, yeah. Where they put stuff up and then suck it out. That lady was a vegan, so she was kind of annoying. And I had some painful gas at that time. And I think it was she was it's all the meat and dairy you're eating. You should I was shut up. Shut up. But she was I told her about my poops. I was I poop every morning, sometimes twice. And she was but do they feel complete? I was yeah. And they do. Now they totally do. I got to focus on fiber. I'm getting my, veggies in today. I was at the grocery store and I was just Googling most nutrient dense veggies to have on the side with our tuna steak. Spinach pops up right away. So I grabbed some spinach and then broccoli. Broccoli's a hard number 2 on most of these lists. It's interesting. Tomatoes so low on the list, bell peppers, you don't even really see and I'm sure they're good, but I'm looking for that number 1, number 2, number 3 seed as far as nutrient dense veggies. So I want a lot of fiber too. I want to get all my shit out all the time. It's hard being a woman too, because once we start our cycle, it's you feel fucking bloated and you want to feel empty, but you can't because you're turning a fucking egg over in your stomach. And these fucking guys in your alpha class are why can't you keep up? It's oh, I'm shedding my uterus lining, you fucking cocksucker. How many minutes have we done, Nicole?
We can stop. Although I did want to say that I liked that you posted about the pooping thing when you reposted that guy and you were I take 2 poops every morning and I love it. It was a brand deal. I almost replied to because it's why are you're trying to convince people that this is something they should do as if they have any control over that.
What do you mean, Nicole? Of course they have control.
When they have to poop?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you, on the one extreme end, people who are probably having bad shits are eating Chipotle at 2 a.m. are eating
Joe.
Joe is. Yeah, I mean, even I don't know about Lewis's shits now. Mabel gets so stoked when we talk about shits. She fucking loves it. You guys should see Mabel shits. Long snakes, no breaks. My ex too, he would have to be not even Lewis, my Lawrence, my other ex. He would it would just be such a ritual where you couldn't talk to him, you had to leave him alone for a long time, 30 minutes, and it's what's going on in there? What's happening? I think like also some people who are like shit shy, like, oh no, like I'm out in the world. I can't shit. I gotta wait till I'm home. Why? Go shit. There's bathrooms everywhere. There's so many great public restrooms. If you gotta go. When it's knocking on the door, let it out. Because if you keep it in there, it's getting clogged back up and then you're gonna be a shit behind, you know? It's like being left behind in school. You're gonna have to repeat the first grade. Get it out of there. Feels so nice. You don't think people have control over it?
Probably not. I mean, you could probably be on like a routine. I feel like I roughly poop the same amount every day or like the same times.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't really control that. Like consciously, maybe because of what you're eating or your schedule, then
Yeah.
you have control over it, but not like I'm going to go poop now.
No, it's not like, right. It's not like I'm going to go brush my teeth. But like it is for me anyway, it is like morning before, you know, I'm out the door typically, unless it's like an exceptionally early day with Mabel. I'm already firing the first one out. And then the second one will be ready to go at the end of our walk. Typically because I've had a matcha latte. I got to switch to yerba mate, like Dr. Huberman, my husband. I was getting all that early light in my eyes in Chicago. Somebody told me melatonin's a no-go. Not somebody. Nothing is in person. It's all stuff I get off the internet. And I feel like you can find any study to fucking convince you of anything. But the sauna is a big thing that I keep seeing come up over and over again. The more you go to a sauna, the better it is for you. You want to go in for like 20 minutes at a time, and it can really like stave off any cardiovascular or other like mortality fucking factors. So I'm in there every day with my pussy out.
Why is melatonin bad?
I guess it's like habit forming and like can like fuck with like lead to maybe like cognition shit or like dementia eventually. I know. I'm like, I feel like it's like the lesser of so many evils. It's not like we're popping Ambien, you know? But I think I'm going to switch because I do take these like Source chocolate melatonin sometimes at night. And there's one that's Sleep Source and one that's Dream Source. And the Dream Source is all natural. It's just like mint and chamomile and like herbs. No melatonin. Whatever, guys. Sorry about all the health and fitness shit. It is. It's a health and fitness podcast with sprinklings of comedy in there.
And news.
And the news. Hey guys, good luck with the draft.
Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.